What is our purpose, our goal, our job as a parent? Is it to raise up and train up good quality participants in society? Is it simply just to keep them alive until they can fend for themselves? Is it to make them into some sort of God-fearing, walk in the path of the Lord? Well, we talk about this in our Candid Conversation this week on the Dan and Cam podcast, where we're talking about parenting through deconstruction and how this just contrast of parenting views was really exposed to us, and it really showed us what we were doing in Christianity. Because if you really boil it down to it, the Christian ideal for parenting is to raise up subservient, obedient little minions that will continue to carry on the flag of the systems of religion that they're following. And you just have to look at the books that were put out, especially like Dobson and that likes of him, where he's talking about obedience after the first command, and if not, then punishment needs to ensue, just so you could train that child to be obedient to authority later in life. So when the pastor comes up to the altar and says that he needs $20,000 for a new sanctuary or a car, then you automatically feel the need to give and the obedience to find out how much of your part you can provide for that donation. And we did it by tools of fear. We scared the children that if they didn't obey and follow suit, that hell was their reward at the end of that. And using that tool and scaring them just shaped and molded them into these just zombies for the Lord, to follow mindlessly and obey without question. And we realized in deconstruction, when we started letting our kids express themselves and be who they were, that we are actually allowing them to find out who they were and how they could actually plug into society and provide what they could, the best way they possibly could. And I remember in the faith is being taught that, well, that's what we're doing with our children. We're trying to make them get into good citizens in the world for Christ, to win other souls over to him. But the key difference is that in Christianity, we were raising our kids for the service of the church, to provide and benefit the systems that we were following. In deconstruction, we were raising our children to provide for humanity and society around them, to be the best possible people, no matter the belief system or what they thought, just being decent humans. You tell me which one's better.